What if the silence in your life isn't because God stopped speaking, but because you stopped listening? That question hit me one night when I realized something had quietly changed inside me. I didn't wake up one morning and decide to ignore God for 30 days. It happened slowly, the way spiritual distance often begins. One morning I skipped prayer because I was busy. One night I chose scrolling on my phone instead of opening my Bible. Then another day passed. Then another. Before I knew it, weeks had gone by where I hadn't truly paused to seek God's voice. Life still looked normal on the outside. Work continued, conversations happened, responsibilities filled the day. But deep down, something felt different, like a quiet emptiness I couldn't explain. At first, nothing dramatic happened, and that's exactly why spiritual drift can be so dangerous. The bills still get paid, your schedule keeps moving. No one around you notices anything wrong, but inside, peace slowly begins to fade. The Bible says in Psalm 119:105, "Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path." When that light is missing, you don't immediately fall into darkness, but step by step your direction becomes less clear. Decisions feel heavier, patience grows thinner, the calm you once carried begins to disappear. By the second week I could feel it. The same challenges that used to feel manageable suddenly felt overwhelming, and I realized something important. When God's voice becomes quiet in your life, every other voice becomes louder. That realization reminded me of the story of Samson in the book of Judges. Samson was chosen by God and given incredible strength, but slowly he drifted away from the very presence that empowered him. The most chilling moment in his story comes in Judges 16:20. When the Bible says, "But he did not know that the Lord had left him." That line stopped me in my tracks. Because ignoring God rarely feels like rebellion. It usually feels like normal life. You still wake up, still work, still laugh with friends. Everything looks fine on the outside. But spiritually, something begins to weaken. Strength fades, clarity disappears, and often you don't even realize it's happening. By the third week, the distance became undeniable. God's voice hadn't disappeared, but it felt far away, like a whisper behind a wall built from distraction and neglect. Conviction still nudged my heart, reminding me to slow down and return to Him. That's when I realized something powerful about God. When we drift away, He doesn't immediately abandon us, but He allows us to feel the emptiness of life without Him. Just like the prodigal son in Luke 15, who left his father's house searching for freedom, but eventually found himself empty and hungry. Near the end of those 30 days, I finally sat in silence and faced the truth. The problem wasn't that God had stopped guiding me. The problem was that I had chosen noise over His voice. And maybe that's where you are right now. Maybe life has become so busy and loud that your connection with God slowly faded without you even realizing it. But here's the truth that changed everything for me. The moment you turn back to God, He is already ready to welcome you. The father in the prodigal son's story didn't reject his son when he returned. He ran to him with open arms. When I finally prayed again after those 30 days, it wasn't perfect. It was honest and simple. But something shifted immediately. Peace began to return, like light filling a dark room. Jesus said in John 15, "Apart from me, you can do nothing." And those words suddenly felt deeply real. Ignoring God didn't destroy my life overnight, but it slowly drained the life from my soul. So let me ask you something that might change your life today. Have you been ignoring God without realizing it? If so, remember this: God never stopped listening to you, even when you stopped listening to Him. And the moment you turn back, you'll find He was waiting for you all along. If this message touched your heart, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more faith-building videos. Share this message with someone who needs encouragement today, and leave a comment below telling us one thing God has taught you in your life journey. Thank you for watching.